It started to kick in. Hey, it's Julie from StoryADay with another update for you. I'm kind of losing track of the days of the week. I think it's the 8th. Yeah, it's the 8th of May today. But it started to happen. The thing that always happens during StoryADay May, which I always forget about. And that is that when you're creative, more creativity comes along. I always feel like I have to defend challenges like StoryADay, because how can you write 31 good stories if you're writing a story a day, and how can you hope for anything to be good? And there are days, as you'll have seen if you're following these updates, there are days when I'm dragging and I'm saying things like, oh, today didn't go very well and I had to take a nap, and I'm like, no, my writing didn't work out the way I thought it was going to. But you keep showing up, and there are days like today where I was writing. I was actually writing on yesterday's prompt because that was the one that spoke to me today, and I'm a day behind because I wasn't feeling great. You don't have to catch up during StoryADay. Sometimes I feel like I want to go back and work with one of the other prompts on a different day. So that's what I was doing. I was working with day 7's prompt today, which is to write a 50-word story, then expand it to 500, and then write a different 50-word version at the end. And I took some characters from a series of other stories that I've been writing, and I started a new story with those characters and with their murder mysteries. And so I started with the new dead body, and writing that made me remember that the first novel in that series is this close to being polished and finished, and I really want to get that done and get it out. But that reminded me also that I've got another novel in progress that I feel stuck on, and I needed to outline the next part of it so that I can work on that when I need to write things, because the first novel I was thinking about is in the revision stage, so there's no new words being written there. It's all just going through and juggling bits and seeing how things fit together, and there might be new words, but it's much more of a construction project. Whereas the other one that I decided to go and look at today, that's in the first draft generative phase, where it's fun because you're just writing new scenes and seeing what happens, and you don't really have to make it all fit yet, at least the way I write. So I've got these two projects which I'm now super excited to work on. I sat and worked on the second novel, getting myself over the hump of figuring out what needs to happen in the story next. And I had a kind of breakthrough about that, about how far I thought I was through the story. I've written so many words that I thought I was at a certain point in the story arc. And I realised, no, I'm only this far into the story, and I know what needs to happen next now, so I'm excited about that. Writing a story a day sounds like a lot, and it can be. And also, it stimulates your creativity. And it makes you more creative in other ways. It makes you more creative in ways to do with writing. And if you have the time, which a lot of us do have some extra time that we're using in unwise ways, you can take some of that time where you would have been doom scrolling, or I don't know what else you do to waste time. Overeating, some of us do. Whatever you do to waste time, when you've already got over the hump of being creative today, then it makes much more sense to actually just sit down and work on that other project that you've got on the go. Then it becomes a lot easier to make the time for that when you've already started being creative today. So sometimes my StoryADay stories will turn into a short story that I will polish up and send out and share with people and all those kinds of things. And sometimes those stories are really just the discipline, the warm-up, the thing that gets me to my desk, and the thing that allows me to then springboard off that onto something else which has more potential, is more rewarding. The story I wrote this morning wasn't not rewarding though. It was good, it was fun, and it might become something, but it might become something that's not a short story, and it also might become something that is the summary or the back cover copy for whatever longer story comes out of it. All useful. Nothing is wasted. If you haven't joined us yet, jump in. There is no requirement that you start on the 1st of May and finish on the 31st of May. Jump in, look at the prompts, jump around wherever you are, leave a comment, let us know that you're writing this month, regardless of whether you're following along with the challenge or not. Come to StoryADay.org, come to the blog, find the most recent one, leave us a comment, we'll cheer you on. And I can't emphasize this enough, whatever gives you joy, find a way to do more of it. You deserve it. You really do. Keep writing.